Same from Coach.
Obviously, any win is a good win. Didn't shoot the ball extremely well tonight, and I didn't think it was our best effort defensively. But this is a game coming off such a high emotional win on Friday. The energy that was in the Hooper Eblin Center on Friday, and then coming in tonight, you worry about this game, whether or not we're going to be up for this. But I thought our kids showed a lot of maturity, and I thought it was just another step in our growth process. It was good to be able to see how we were going to respond off of a win. And I thought overall, wasn't a pretty win, but it was a solid win.
Questions?
Coach, I mean, I know you say it wasn't the best defensive night, but I mean, you did get like 24 points off turnovers, and I mean, there were still positives on, and you didn't get out-rebounded too badly. Like, what are some of the positive things you did on defense tonight?
Yeah. Well, I thought we got stops when we had to have stops, and I thought we locked down when we needed to lock down. They're a tough team to guard off the bounce, and they're very athletic. They've got some big, strong kids, and I thought we were coachable. We got caught behind early a lot in the post, and then when we addressed it, I thought our post players really started to make a change. We didn't give up too many offensive rebounds to them, and they're very dangerous off the offensive boards. But I think while I thought we did a really good job in help side, I thought at times we overhelped a little bit, which led to some of the drives and kicks that hurt us in the game.
Mm-hmm. What are some of the main things that helped you guys build in the second and third quarter, kind of build that lead up?
Well, I thought Kesha Brady came in and gave us a huge lift. I thought her energy off the bench was tremendous. One thing that Kesha has been working on, is her motor, getting her motor back, because that's what makes her so special. And you're starting to see Kesha Brady's motor again. And when she's playing all out, full speed, she changes the game for us. And so I thought she got some steals. I thought she got some layups, which really energized us. Anytime we can get offense off of our defense, that gives us a spark. And I thought she did a great job coming in of doing that in the first half. And then obviously in the third quarter, Jordan Brock, she just went on a roll. Yeah. And I think that speaks to that young woman, because she had a rough shooting night up until that point. And then, that's what shooters do. They have to keep shooting, and you have to think that the next one is going to go in. And just really proud of her response to some struggles early on, and to bounce back. And she gave us when they started to chip away at that lead. I mean, she kind of went on a run all by herself.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, Kesha. Just what she was talking about is the two runs in the second and third quarter that kind of stretched. You had like 3 baskets in a row each time. Were you seeing something out there? Just tell me how you were able to do that.
Honestly, I don't know. I was just out there just playing and doing what the coach was telling me to do, go out there and do my job. So I was just doing my job, basically. Mm-hmm. Not doing too much. So yeah.
Good answer.
Coach, you feature the most functional, or the highest functioning offense in the conference right now. You lead the way in assist to turnover ratio. Again, 19 assists tonight, 11 turnovers. Yeah, I mean, you look pretty good on the offensive end.
Yeah, and 5 of those turnovers were early in the first quarter. I thought we were trying to play too fast, and we slowed down. Once we slowed down and just started executing, we kind of got back on track offensively. I love the way we're sharing the basketball right now. It is just really good team basketball, and even as a coach, it's fun to see. Because, like tonight, there were two players with 18, Jordan and Kesha, and then Nacy had 15, and then you have 2 more with 8 and 1 with 7. I mean, that's really balanced scoring, and that's hard to guard. 19 assists. We took 65 shots tonight, got some points in transition, and we didn't shoot the ball very well. I mean, we were 11 of 33 from 3, and I thought a lot of those were good looks. Early in the first half, I thought we missed our posts a lot early. We talked about that, how we wanted to go inside out, because I think our posts are doing a great job as well of sharing the basketball. And the best way to score is inside out. And but when you get those open looks and you're wide open and you're a shooter, you got to take them. And so I love how unselfish this team is, and they just want to win. And 19 assists and 10 turnovers, that is such an improvement from where we were this time last year. I would have liked to have seen more offensive boards. I thought, especially with as many threes as we took and long rebounds that we had, we should have had more than 11 offensive boards. But there's always areas to grow, and that's just one of the areas. But 40 bench points, 24 points off of their turnovers. There were positives tonight.
Sure, and you mentioned the bench points. Kesha, obviously with 18, you mentioned Nacy as well with 15. That's one of her highest outputs of her career. She came in, I think you put her in the game, she made her first 3 field goals. She gave you a big-time lift, especially considering Lacey didn't have the game that we've been accustomed to so far earlier in the year.
Yeah, I thought Nacy really came in. She is also a kid that when Nacy is playing at her highest level, she's also a game changer. I mean, she's 6'3", but golly, her wingspan is probably 6'7", and then she can also stretch the floor because she can hit the high post shot, she can drive from the high post, so she's really a tough matchup, and I think she's really starting to gain some confidence as well on both ends of the floor. We got to get her to stop fouling so much. She's a great shot blocker, but we got to get her to keep her hands up rather than swatting down at it, and I think she can still alter shots that way because we need to keep her on the floor more.
Just one more. Coach, you've been having a lot of success here early. Do you think you'll be able to will that be able to transfer into conference play whenever you get there?
Right now, Ben, our focus is just to be better, and it's coach speak, I know, and it's boring, but it's true. Is just to be better tomorrow than we were today, and we've never been focused on the results. And we're not going to start now just because now we're having some success. I think that's, the first 2 years were challenging, especially last year with a very young basketball team because you're just not accustomed to losing. But I always knew and believed that the tide was going to turn because our process was really, really good and really, really strong, and we believed in our process. And these kids believed and bought in. And, we haven't arrived by any means. We've made strides, but there's still so much more that we can do and so many more ways that we can grow. And, and I think the really positive thing is, we're doing this right now without a major piece of the puzzle on the floor with us. That will be back. Mackenzie Coleman, our all-conference, preseason all-conference player, hasn't been able to play hardly any this season, and she's getting better and stronger every day. And the great thing is we've had a lot of kids that have stepped up. Lacey Cantrell, Nacia Wilkinson, Taylor Lamb. We've had a lot of kids that have stepped up. I didn't mention this on Friday. Abby Buckner's leadership, I just can't say enough about. You talk about shooters, you talk about drivers, you talk about scorers in the paint, but Abby Buckner's our glue, and she is our leader, and she makes other kids believe and believe in themselves because she believes so much. And our chemistry and our connection right now is just really, really good. And I think this team, I think we're just scratching the surface, but we can't look ahead, we can't look behind. We've got to stay in the moment and just continue each and every day to try to be better than we were yesterday.
Last one for me, Coach. 3-1 starts, the best start since the 2010-11 season for the program, which is big time. You walk into a very unique situation this weekend where you're going to play games in back-to-back days, including an Old Dominion team that's another storied program. How do you approach that situation coming up?
Well, we're excited. First of all, it's going to be a great experience for our student athletes. They get to go to a cool place, and we're gonna enjoy it. The first day or two, and then come Friday, we're gonna get down to business. But it's a huge opportunity for us. We play the home team, Charleston Southern, on their home floor, and this will be an opportunity to go on the road and see what we're made of, because they're a lot like this team we played tonight as far as athletic. They really do a lot off the bounce. We didn't guard the dribble penetration very well tonight, and so they'll be a great challenge for us. And then we turned right back around less than 24 hours and play an Old Dominion team that's rolling. They just went into Virginia last night and took Virginia to the wire. And so Nikki McCrae has done a tremendous job there turning that program around in only her second season. So it will be a huge challenge for us, but also a huge opportunity to just continue to grow in our process, and we look forward to that.